Welcome back to another episode in a brand new season, the start of season 4 here of the Brighton Career Mode, where we have Champions League football for the first time in this series. And boy, do we have some money to spend for that. Obviously, we had that 80 million cash injection from December that transferred 100% over of what we don't use over to this new season. So a lot of that money didn't get used, so a lot of that money has been transferred over. We do say goodbye at the end of last episode to Robert Lewandowski. He has been released, and since being released, he has actually retired in game. So now he has a regen in the game there that I have nerfed to the ground a little bit. I have nerfed a lot of these regens into the ground because, well, there was a 95 overall Jude Bellingham pre-gen, so he is now like 60 or 50 overall with like 82 potential. So we have nerfed that down thanks to the live editor here on FC26 and thanks to Noctur 2. Costellas has been not called back, but he has returned from his loan spell, so he is our #1 striker at the moment. Ferguson, we are looking to sell to go ahead and bring in another backup in for him. As far as the back line goes, I'm honestly happy-ish with the back line. Maybe improving on Branthwaite, maybe improving on De Kuiper, maybe improving on Verbruggen. But Anderson and Varela are currently our CDMs. We do have Richie as a CDM as well. We might look at somebody option or somebody better there. We want to improve, if we are improving our back line, it is going to be for the bench for the center backs at least. We want to bring in one, maybe two decent center back options. Quaresma and Boscali has been transfer listed. Minta and Waneri are going to continue fighting for that left-hand spot. Matoma has the left-hand spot down on track. Archegolu is our guaranteed backup. Kadioglu is going to stay. Lopez can go. Everybody here can go. We recalled Rooney Bargi because he's actually going to be coming back in January or either next season. He has been recalled and transfer listed. We're going to just cut our losses with him. He did not grow. He did not grow on loan like I wanted him to. So selling him is our only option. Beetle has been transfer listed. We are going to keep Cooper as a backup. Gomez has been transfer listed. Same goes for Cadero, and Torres has been loan listed as well. But yes, we do have over 200 million. We have 266 million to spend to transform this team into a god squad. So that's exactly what we're going to look to do. Might not spend all of it, but a god squad is something we want to build. Depth is something we want to build up to as well. So let's see what kind of transfer offers we get initially, and then we'll go from there. No, I said, I'm pretty sure I said Kadioglu is kind of like 100% going to be our backup right back. But when I was shopping, I forgot I still had this guy shortlisted when I was possibly looking at bringing in another right back before, or when I brought in Arnu Martinez. Rico Lewis has been swapped 25 million plus Mr. Kadioglu in a straight swap deal. That's the only way we was going to get rid of Kadioglu if they accepted it, which they did. So maybe overpaying on the cash value part of that as well. But Rico Lewis, I wanted to bring him in, so now he's in. Welcome into Brighton Hove Albion. Technically won't be a starting. He will be a bench player again, but he is on important squad role, so we're going to keep playing him. But welcome into the squad. And we say goodbye to, I believe this is James Beadle. Yes, it is James Beadle. He's off to Union St. G for $9.5 million. And so we say goodbye to Antonio Correro. He is off to Man United. We get $31.5 million for him. I mean, wow, that's literally the most. This is going to be, how is that B? That is quite literally can't be B, because that is as most as the board said we should be able to get from him. They thought we can get 37. That is bullshit, because it quite literally says 23 to 31.5. I went and negotiated to 31.5. They offered 25, so this should not be B at all. But we do say goodbye to him for 31.5 mil. And so we'll also say goodbye to Javier Lopez, just a left back that just didn't really work out at the club as a backup. He's off to Bournemouth for 9.2. And so to fill in the shoes of the left back, we are going to go ahead and look to bring in Daniel Svensson out of Fiorentina, the 26-year-old. Currently 82 overall. He will be backup, and he'll be a great backup option as well. He will get game time here at the club. 33 million. They want Archegolu plus 14.7 million. Am I willing to? I actually am willing to allow that to happen, to be completely honest. As crazy as it sounds, I am willing to let that happen. If we can get him down to 10 million or even 8.5 million, will absolutely allow this to happen. If we can spend less cash on Svensson, bringing somebody in for Archegolu, I have somebody on the short list already for him, and that would be perfect. 10 million for Archegolu. They want 12 Sure, you have 12 million plus Artugolu for Svensson, and we'll bring him in, which means we have to go bring in a left wing. But I have someone on my short list already. But first off, we are going to go ahead and bring Svensson in. He wants important. He's not going to be important. I might change that via the live editor to change it to rotational because he is not going to be important enough to keep replacing him constantly. But he will provide great backup for De Kuiper. He wants 84K as wages. Sure, you can have that. Welcome in Mr. Svensson as our second signing. We say goodbye to Artugolu as well. Another swap deal. This time avoiding some more less cash, actually, technically. And we say hello to Mika Gotts. He is going to be at left wing to replace Artugolu on the bench. We bring him in for 20... No, we bring him for 37 million. I paid 37 million for him. Okay, sure. We say goodbye to Diego Gomez. He's off to Brentford for 16.2 million. And Florian Balogun, welcome in to the squad. He is our new backup striker for Mr. Costalos. We say goodbye to Evan Ferguson. He is involved in this deal as well. He is swapped over, so he will be joining AS Monaco over in France. We get him in plus 19 million, something like that. Welcome into the squad, Mr. Florian Balogun. And we do go ahead and bring in a center back that will compete for the first team football. And to be completely honest, I think he starts. I think he's going to be in the default starting lineup for us. Calvin Bassey, he comes in over from Arsenal, not Fulham, but over from Arsenal, 85 overall. He is a great player. The only downside for him is he has no defensive play style. He has no play style at all, but he definitely, obviously, has no defensive play styles. He's going to come in for around 47, 49 million. Welcome into the squad. He's going to compete with Jared Braithwaite for the starting spot. He gets it initially, but he can easily lose it as well. Welcome into the squad, Mr. Bassey. And we go ahead and trigger the 85 million release clause to bring in Felix Nemecha from Borussia Dortmund. The center defensive midfielder will join the squad here at Brighton. Welcome to the club. Welcome to our brand new midfield. And we go ahead and bring in, realistically, a fourth string center back in Anthony Raiola. He comes in from Stade for 19.5 million. He is simply here as an emergency kind of backup option, which I think he knows that he's on rotation. So he's only going to play when we really need him to play or don't want him to play, in all honesty. And it's time for Premier League action. We are taking on both of the northern clubs to start this episode, start the season off away to Newcastle United. And unfortunately, which would make it an easy trip, we don't go back down, or we don't stay up there to Sunderland. We actually travel all the way back down to the opposite side of the country for the game against Sunderland. That'll be our first home game of the season. Obviously, in real life, that would be a treacherous thing, but for us, it's a couple seconds. This is going to be your first starting lineup of the season. Only two changes to the actual starting lineup, and that is Nemecha and Calvin Bassey getting in there. Everybody else is on the remaining that has been a starting sub. I guess Costalos as well, as he comes back into the team. He comes into the starting spot, replacing the Robert Lewandowski. He has some massive shoes to fill. So yeah, there's that. We also have Balogun, Gotts, Rico Lewis on the bench. We have Joe Cooper on the bench, Fenton on the bench, Raiola on the reserves. He will not get a peek in today's game. We'll see what happens. We're gonna have to make sure he keeps playing though and get some game time, because obviously he's gonna be unhappy. And well, that's something we don't want, because if you're unhappy, the game just either makes you release him or sell him. So it's pointless trying to not play players, so you might as well play them. But thankfully for the live editor, it's a lot easier to rectify that situation in a sense. And Waneri to whip it in. Nemecha to head it in his first game. He has his first goal in the first 10 minutes of his life at Brighton Hove Albion. 1-0 to the boys. Anthony Gordon now, and Anthony Gordon, Joelinton, Visa 1-1. They strike back. Costalos, Nemecha, Anderson, Out wide for Waneri. Him and Minta are going to have a battle for that starting spot. It initially goes to Waneri out of personal bias. Anderson. Kostelos over the top, out wide for Waneri. He is onside. Ethan Waneri turns, cuts inside. We don't obviously have the big Goliath of Robert Lewandowski to head for. It'll fall for Felix Nemecha. He has a crack out of it, and it's wide. Waneri gets the pressure onto Livramento, and Ethan Waneri wins the ball back, and Ethan Waneri has the lead. 2-1 for Brighton Hove Albion. Anthony Gordon now on the ball. Anthony Gordon. Anthony stopped by Anderson. Visa is in. Visa doubles his lead, or double his goal tally. It's 2-2. Again, I don't really know what I was doing there, in all honesty.
That's a wonderful finish. That should be a tasty encounter.
Anthony Gordon just gets through my whole back line like it's absolutely nothing to take the lead for Newcastle United. What just happened? Why did we just let him run through like that? That's absurd. Minta, he's in behind. Fresh legs, pace, saved by the keeper over the bar out for a corner. Has to be 4-4 or 3-3. Matoma on set corner. Van Hecke! It's our second corner goal. O'Reilly nearly saved it off of the line, but it's 3-3. Anthony Gordon. Calvin Bossy trying to help out. O'Reilly saved the rebound. Visa 4-3. Vomade. O'Reilly, it's about to be 5. It is 5. And Newcastle are chopping it up. Wow. They take a 2-goal lead here. It's 5-3 on opening day of the Premier League. Nico Paz out wide for Minta. And Minta now. Cross comes in. He'll find Nico. And Nico Paz will get the third or fourth back. 5-4. Nemecha wins the ball back in midfield, finds Balogun. Balogun finds Minta down the space. And Minta now, he has the fresh legs over Gonzalez. And Minta now, can he finish it? The answer is no. Petrovic came up massive. Matoma coming off for Gotts. Minta onset corner. Van Hecke, can we make it a hat trick of corners? The answer is no. Saved finally. And Visa might be the first one there. It should be Arnu. It will be Arnu. Arnu now. Nico Paz. Florian Balogun intercepted. Minta getting the ball back. Minta now. Cross in. Florian Balogun. 5-5. We get a point. We rescue a point. Vamos! A 10-goal thriller to open up your Premier League season. Don't know if we should be insanely happy about conceding 5 goals or insanely happy we've scored 5 goals. The sliders are slidering. That's all I will say about the series so far. The sliders are slidering here, start of season 2. Well then, and both sides can breathe. Obviously, I feel like Newcastle might feel hard done by, and they had the 2-goal advantage. They went up 5-3, and we managed to go 5-5. Risa has a hat-trick. He's scored some scrappy goals. A 5-5 goal is a perfect way to start the season. Wow.
They were too easy to play against him.
And the starting lineup for our first home game here is Minta starting on the right-hand side. Rico Lewis starting at right back. Richie in for Anderson. And Branthwaite getting that spot back over Calvin Bossy just to try things out here as we get into our second game of the season against Sunderland at home.
That will need to control the flow of the game.
Oh, well, let's see if we can have a more defensively sound game here against Sunderland. They should be easier opponent in all regards to them. But anything is possible in this game, I guess you could suppose. Felix Nemecha getting taken out by Neil. Okay, maybe they aren't as easy as I thought they were, because why is Isidore just running through, and why is it about to be 1-0? Thank the Lord, his shot is dragged awfully off target. Richie. Minta. Cross comes in. Kostelos. And Kostelos will be able to bring it down. He volleys in, finds the back of the net, 1-0. Traore, cross comes in. Branthwaite wins the first one. It comes into the box. Viaiba, Isidore off target. Richie. Isidore. Oh, Isidore. Wow, Isidore. Saved by Verbruggen. Oh, Verbruggen. You could have easily contained that and caught it. It's 1-1, but it really shouldn't be. Isidore is in behind. In Isidore. Saved by Verbruggen. Oh, my God. What is this deflection business from Verbruggen? 2-1 Sunderland. Van Hecke into Minta. Can we equalize before the break here? Minta back post for Matoma. He'll bring it down. Can he do anything with it? Matoma now cuts back. He'll find Richie. That's the player I wanted. Rutter will score on the rebound. If they can rebound, so can we. 2-2 going into the break. Jorginho Rutter. Cross comes in. And Nemecha Patterson got his head to it, but it was not to keep it out. It's Brighton 3, Sunderland 2. Matoma back into Kostelos. Kostelos into Jorginho. Jorginho into Richie. Over the top and out wide for not Winery. Minta. Winery is going to be coming on soon. Nemecha from distance, and Felix Nemecha saved by Patterson out for a corner. I'm going to change the shot here to go up because I believe that's a little too low because that's why we're scoring too many corners. But first, we'll make some subs here. Pause on, Winery on, God's on for some more game time, Varela on for Richie, and Svensson on for De Kuiper. And hot headshot area has been turned up. He was at like 20 for both. I put it up to 30 for user and 25 for the CPU here. So corners should be harder to score in all honesty. And Van Hecke, I was about to say if he scored that, that would have been insane. Varela, who also comes on the field, he finds Nico Paz. And Nico Paz's first touch is a long range shot and saved. And is that a dinker down on the ground injured? I think it was. Varela wins the ball back. Varela off. We had Trevellas there. If Trevellas was still good in the game, that'd be 4-2. Isidore. Lefebvre, and here comes the pace in the acceleration slider, but Lefebvre doesn't really know what to do with the ball. He turns off of Rico Lewis, across it straight into Verbruggen. Nico Paz over there and outside the top, but Pembele should always win that race against Godza. It wasn't even that good of a ball anyway. Kostelos. Ethan Winery now. He's trying to prove why he should be the starting spot. Ethan Winery cuts in. He's going to cut back inside even more. He's going to curl it. He's going to score it. It's a cherry on top. It's Ethan Winery with his second in 2 appearances. 4-2 for Brighton Hove Albion. We will win. We will be more defensively sound. Maybe not so scory, less offensive, which I guess is not a very bad thing in some scenarios. It's 9 goals in the first 2 games for Brighton Hove Albion, and it's 1 win in that game, in those 2 spells, and those 9 goals. It's just absurd to think about. To score 5 goals and not win, it happens. But a 4-2 win against Sunderland. We might have drew to the other side of that north rivalry, but we beat the worst one. That was not English either. What was that? And so we will end the episode there. When we come back on Monday, we'll get into more Premier League action. We will also get into the Champions League action as well as we figure out our Champions League opponents. And in fact, I wonder if I skip to the 27th without doing any transfer business, which I don't think I'm doing anymore. I might buy. I don't know if I'm going to buy anyone. I'm definitely not selling anyone. So we'll see what happens. And then we'll see if we get the Champions League opponents. We do get Champions League opponents, so we will have Bodo Glimt as our first game at home. And then we go over to Lech Poznan in Poland. We go ahead and have Juventus away from home. We have Mainz away from home. We have AS Monaco away from home. So many games. In fact, is that 4 games in a row away from home? It is. We will not have a home game into the 5th of the league phase, which is technically the 6th of December against Genk there. So we'll be playing the Belgium side there. And then we'll close it off with home games against Paris Saint-Germain and Mr. Bergamo Calcio, aka Atalanta. So tough way to end it. So hopefully in that middle patch of the away fixtures we can pick up some results and get into the top 8 comfortably before those last 2 games. It's going to be an interesting ride, and we'll start it tomorrow. Until then, or Monday. Until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.